Hey everyone, we are going to be doing a motion tracking tutorial today. All the files required for this project are linked below in the description, so let's get started. We'll be going up to Layer, New, Null Object. And with the Null Object selected, hit Enter or Return, depending on what kind of machine that you've got. We're going to be naming this one Dog Fact Null. It's a weird name, it'll make sense in a second. And then we are going to select, let's scroll down a bit, we've got to get that dog footage, select that dog footage. And we are going to be going up to animation, track motion. Very cool. We're going to be positioning this box over here, where like the grass meets the trees, like a high contrast area over here. And then over here, these options that popped up, we are going to hit this rightmost button, this triangle, analyze forward. We're going to wait for the whole thing to analyze. Okay, once that's done, we are going to hit edit target, change this to our new null, the dog fact null, hit OK, hit apply, X and Y. Perfect. So I'm going to hit U to close all those options because they're pretty distracting on each one. Then we're going to click on the dog fact layer, and we are going to grab this swirly bit, and we are going to drag it over to dog fact null. And I know you don't see anything yet. And I'm going to push the playhead forward a little bit so you see what we're working with. And then we're going to hit P for position. So we're going to be changing that position to about 384, 385, and negative 145. You might have to, fiddle with it a little bit. The values might be different depending on where, your playhead is at the moment. But for the most part, this should work. And as you can see, the text will track along with the footage. I'm scrolling through the timeline. See, as the camera moves, the text tracks along with it. We're going to be doing the same with the next bit of text. Let's move this to around 4 seconds in. And we've got a visual on this second text layer. We're going to be creating another null object layer, new null object. We are going to be calling this one Null Desktop Text Null. And like before, I'm going to select the dog footage. I'm going to go to animation, track motion. And this box I want on the right side, I want to put it where like the tree meets the sky a bit. For a nice hot area. There we go. And like before, we're going to analyze everything. All right, once that's done, we're going to hit edit target. We're going to choose our new null, that Null Desktop Text Null, hit OK, hit apply, X and Y, all these options open up, but we're going to just going to close all of them with U so you're not overwhelmed. And then let's find that Null Desktop Text layer. We're going to hit P for position. And our values here are 655 and 330 for this animation. There we go, looks good. And now the last thing that we're going to be doing is turning on the visibility of this circle layer, which appears earlier. It's about like 1 minute and change on the timeline, this circle. Once more, layer, new, null object. We will call this one the circle null, capitalized. And once more, I want to make sure I have my footage selected. My footage selected, animation, track motion. I'm actually going to put this one on the dog's nose. I'm going to put it on the middle of its head, and the nose seems to be a good viable point for this. And let's go, let's analyze it. All right, edit target, circle null, hit OK, hit apply, X and Y, perfect. Close all those options with U because way too many options. Go up to where our circle is, I'm gonna position our playhead right back where it was before. Pick whip this circle to the circle null. In this case, I want my circle to be around like -2, 173 worked for this one. As always, depending on where your playhead is in the timeline, it may turn it differently, but obviously you just click and drag or you change the values down here, be appropriate, and as you can see, it tracks along with the footage. Perfect. And the very last thing that we're going to be doing is there's a couple of action lines here. Turn on the visibility for that and that. And these are just some fun accents for the animation. So that's it. This has been Zipporah from Noble Desktop. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and happy animating.